Welcome back to my channel, Modest Fashionista. This is Alicia. In my last video, shopping for hot chocolate, you saw me buy some hot chocolate. I mean, y'all saw me hold a tub of hot chocolate and compare it to the packets of hot chocolate and say that I was going to try the tub of hot chocolate. Today, I'm recording this video at the gym. Would you like to introduce yourself?
This is Brandon.
Yes, thank you. So anyway, last night, I finally tried the tub of hot chocolate. Mama just scooped out enough for 1 cup for me into a cup, and she put some hot water in it and she put it in the microwave. I don't know if I was expecting the packets of hot chocolate or the hot chocolate from the tub. Which one, I don't know which one I was expecting to taste better. But anyway, honestly, there was no difference in the taste. They were equal in taste. They were delicious. It was delicious. Either one is delicious. In the wintertime or autumn, do you like to drink hot chocolate?
I do.
I usually start drinking hot chocolate in autumn time, usually on the cooler days, but I started early this year. What's today? August the what?
26th?
Is it 26th?
Yes.
Today is August 26th. It is a Tuesday, and it is 2025. Yes, I don't usually start drinking hot chocolate until at least September, but I started early this year. I also want to say, before we move on with this video, that a while back, I made a video called Shoes and Sunglasses Part 2. In that video, I talked about how sunglasses did not make me feel better when I felt photophobic. I have felt photophobic since I have made that video, and I was dealing with photophobia while I was making that video. But lately, I have not felt photophobic, thankfully. I'm so thankful for that. I honestly hope that photophobia stays away from me for good. It is a terrible sensation. I would not wish it on anyone, not even people I don't get along with. Do you know what photophobia is?
Yes, I do.
Would you like to explain it?
Talking about the fear of taking pictures.
No.
Photophobia.
No, photophobia is not the fear of taking pictures. It's intolerance to light. It feels terrible.
So what's the wording for the picture?
I don't know. I don't know that one. But photophobia is a increased intolerance to light. It feels like, or at least in my experience, it feels like you can't stand whatever level of vision you have. A lot of people with photophobia will wear sunglasses or hats, or some of them will wear hats and sunglasses to help with photophobia, but that don't work for me.
So the fear of being photographed or filmed is often referred as camera shyness or camera phobia, or photogiophobia.
What?
Yeah.
I never heard that
Very
one.
hard to pronounce.
Yeah, it
That's
seems
what I
like
thought
it
you
would be
was
hard to
talking about.
pronounce. Anyway, I'm so thankful that I have not felt photophobic lately. Yes, so is there a autistic Barbie? Can you look that up, please, on your phone?
Is there a what?
Autistic Barbie? That would be nice. because it's not just visually impaired people that have photophobia, and not all visually impaired people have it. But sometimes it happens in people that have autism.
No official autistic Barbie doll has been released by Mattel, though the topic has been frequently discussed within the autistic and online communities.
Okay, so are they planning on releasing one soon?
It just says it's being discussed,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
I'm glad it's been discussed at least. Hopefully one day they will release one. But yeah, basically photophobia, it's one of them pains that you can't really describe. It's not like your eyes are burning, and it's not like irritation, but it's not like an eye ache. It's like an intolerance to any kind of light or bling or just shiny surfaces in general. It is very unpleasant. I hope you never have to go through that.
Me neither.
I hope I never have to go through it again. Okay, now let's move on to another topic. I started school when I was 5 years old. I went to kindergarten. I did not go to preschool. My grandmother watched me up until time when I started kindergarten. I started taking orientation and mobility lessons in kindergarten. I took them kindergarten through first grade. I repeated kindergarten. After first grade, I went to a Christian school that was ran by the church I attended at that time. All the students there were girls. I did not have orientation and mobility lessons at that school, and I also did not have a teacher of the visually impaired at that school. However, I had a teacher of the visually impaired in kindergarten, both of my years of kindergarten, and first grade. My teacher of the visually impaired, my TVI, she taught me to read Braille, which I did not like from the beginning. I still don't like it. I never will like it. Okay, then at the beginning of fourth grade, I started attending a public school. Oh, by the way, my kindergarten and first grade years was attended at public school, but my second grade and third grade years were attended at a Christian private school. So when I changed schools again in fourth grade, I was sent back to the public school. Not the one I had to go to when I was in kindergarten and first grade. It was another one, but it was still public school. So when I was in fourth grade, I got an orientation and mobility specialist and a teacher of the visually impaired. My orientation and mobility specialist from both of my kindergarten years and my first grade year was a female. And my teacher of the visually impaired was female. And when I started going to the public school again in fourth grade, from fourth grade through 12th grade, the new teacher of the visually impaired that I had was also female, but my orientation and mobility specialist was a male. What do you think about my school experience so far?
Sounds like a lot of back and forth. Sounds very confusing.
I really only changed schools 3 times.
Only 3?
Yeah, I went
Still
to
sounds like a lot.
I went to the same public school for 3 years. Both of my kindergarten years because I repeated kindergarten and my 1 year of first grade. And then I went to a church private school for second and third grade. Then in fourth grade, I went to another public school. And that was the school system I stayed with until I graduated 12th grade in 2017.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay, so apart from me having a TBI and an O&M specialist for kindergarten through first grade and fourth grade through 12th grade, okay, I also had what's known as parapros.
Yeah.
I had the same parapro, who was a lady, in both of my kindergarten years and my first grade year. At the private school, I didn't have a parapro, but the teacher would help me with my work. She didn't know how to read Braille, but she could still help me with my work because there was print copies of the work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever I went back to a public school in fourth grade, I got another parapro. All of my parapros were female. But anyway, this was another parapro. I had her for fourth grade and fifth grade. I want to interject a funny story right here. In fifth grade, she made me try, I kid you not, one vegetable or fruit from my tray,
Yeah.
the school tray, lunch trays, every single day. Don't that seem ridiculous?
Seems like it to me.
Now this parapro knew that I did not like fruits and vegetables. She knew I didn't eat them. And close to the end of fourth grade, she said, next year, you are going to try one bite of a fruit or a vegetable every day at lunch.
How
Well,
was that?
It was awful. It was truly awful. But one day, the vegetable was collards, collard greens.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. I turned up my nose and I said, I'm gonna go tell my mama.
What she said?
They made me feel nauseous when I put them in my mouth. I didn't exactly gag, not like out loud, but I felt nauseous. And she wouldn't let me spit it out. I got in trouble the next day. She said, why did you turn your nose up at me and say, I'm gonna go tell my mama?
What did you say?
I said, I did go tell her after she picked me up yesterday. And that's why I'm gonna start bringing a lunch from home from now on. That's what I did for the rest of fifth grade. So in sixth grade, I had a new parapro. Thank goodness she didn't make me try fruits and vegetables every day. She was nice. But sometimes I would eat lunch from home, a sandwich from home, like I did in fifth grade. But some days I would try to eat lunch from the cafeteria. Well, when you got into sixth grade, in that particular school system, the sixth grade, the seventh grade, the eighth grade, the ninth grade, 10th grade, the 11th grade, and the 12th graders had two lines that they could choose to go through and pick out what they want to eat for lunch. The problem was, I would accidentally walk through the line that served the things I didn't want. And it was so noisy in there that it was difficult to understand the lunch lady in front of me trying to explain to me what was in the line, so I would wind up getting foods on my tray that I didn't even like. Going through a lunch line with severe low vision is very difficult. So, needless to say, later on in my sixth grade year, I decided, okay, it's not worth it. It's not worth me getting things on my plate that I don't even like. So from then on, for the rest of school until I graduated high school. Well, actually until 11th grade, truly. Until 11th grade, I would bring a lunch from home. But when I was in 11th grade, my orientation and mobility specialist, when he would pull me out of class, he would take me out of class to go cross the streets. He was teaching me to cross streets. And sometimes he would take me to the grocery store. And he would let me pick out some sandwich foods, you know, bread, mayonnaise, peanut butter, ham, turkey, jelly, you get the point. And I would have that for lunch. I would have that for lunch for the rest of 11th grade, and that's what I would eat in 12th grade for lunch. As far as my vision, okay, when I was in kindergarten and first grade, I was able to count fingers until I was in first grade, so by then I was 7. Because when I was 6, I was still in kindergarten because I repeated kindergarten. When I got out of first grade and I went into second grade, I could see colors. I never confused colors. I could see bling and contrast in objects. But the great thing was I never confused colors. Then when I was in 5th grade, I noticed that it was getting harder and harder to tell colors apart. I would call out the opposite color. So for example, I would pick up 2 crayons from a crayon box in art class, and I would say like purple and it would be red, or I would say green and it would be blue. Then whenever I went into 6th grade, I was still confusing colors. In the middle of 6th grade, I stopped being able to see colors altogether, but I was still able to see objects blend and contrast. Does this make sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the way my vision was until I was in 12th grade, my senior year of high school, in the chorus room. Okay, I took chorus in 12th grade. So in the chorus room, what happened is I noticed the color of another student's shirt. I thought it was blue and I called it out loud, and the other student said, "Yes, it's blue." That's when I knew that my colors were starting to come back. My vision was starting to regenerate a little. At that point, when the colors started to return, I saw them the same way that I did when my vision was degenerating in 5th grade and 6th grade. So I would see colors off and on from my 12th grade year until I was 26. So last October in 2024, I was 26 because my birthday is in April. So anyway, last October, that was October 2024, I started to see colors a little bit better. And that's what my vision is now. I still confuse colors sometimes, and I still can't see them all the time. But at least I have some color perception some of the time. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel.